Hello guys, we're back. We're back. The T20 series has just begun, and this is the first step for us to get to the sorry, to the Ahmedabad Stadium in March for the T20 World Cup final. First step against a decently good enough side of New Zealand. They've come to India. They've already beaten us in the ODI series by a dominating fashion. But either way, this is a different format. So take a fresh page and let's look at it at a fresh point of view. Well, coming into this match, people were saying that this pitch would maybe bamboozle the Indian batsmen because Indian bat like for many T20s, whenever I see it happening in what should I say in India, then there's a good chance that we're gonna obviously hit about 200, and people are saying, oh, that might not happen this time. And to be honest, when Samson's wicket fell and Ishan's wicket fell, I was actually getting kind of concerned because the only other hope I really had that because Sky, due to his recent form, I couldn't have that trust in him. And Abhishek, you never really know, right? Whenever he might get out by even 50, 60, but everyone else, if they flop, it's just not going to be a good sight. But luckily, everything worked out. Sky put in that 32, which was actually pretty decent. I think that was one of the best innings he's played in the past year, I guess, almost. Then Abhishek, this 84 of 35, I think it will be remembered for a good chunk of time because if you think about it, if he just had more 16 runs, uh, in like 5 6 balls, that would have still been a century of 100 of like 40 balls or 42 balls, which is still a impeccable record. 238 from the way we started, although the wickets were toppling from the other side after Abhishek fell. I think they still handled it well. I think special shout out to Rinku Singh. I think many people stopped thinking about Rinku Singh because he wasn't always in the squad. Like yes, he came into the Asia Cup side in the final, and then he hit the winning runs. And personally, that's all I also remember of the past, like post T20 World Cup. I'm trying to just mention like that. But before the World Cup, yeah, he was doing a lot of stuff. But now, I think this was a good match for him to get the limelight again. Although, like most of the limelight is on Abhishek right now, but I think Rinku was the extra helping hand, which really helped us win this match. Without his 44, I don't think New Zealand would have had much pressure chasing this target down as well. And let's just look at that New Zealand bowling to be starting off. Everyone was hit for more than 10 or 10, except the likes of Jacob Duffy, who had picked up 2 wickets of 27. This guy is something really special. I still don't know how he went to RCB for steal, and I still don't know how he's not really fitting into the RCB 11 because he really doesn't have to. And another thing is Ish Sodhi. I mean, I don't know, bro. It's he's been playing since I've been watching cricket. Same with Sandner. I'm not saying these two are not what it's called. They still don't have the game or anything. Sandner has always had that game. He'll always get a wicket or two. But looking at the way Abhishek was playing against them, you were really how should I say feeling sad for them. You were like, hey, is it also their time like ending up? But it's fine, I guess. It's maybe just one off day. They'll probably bounce back once it's a spin pitch. So let's just see. Kyle Jameson goes literally hit all over the field. 2 wickets though. He got the wickets of Sanju Samson and he got the wicket of Shivam Dubey. Two decent wickets, but he was hit for 54 and he was the most what is called like with whoever bowled 3 or 4 overs. He was the one with the worst economy. Then they tried Christian Clark, 10 runs per over, 1 wicket, not too crazy. Then Glenn Phillips and Daryl Mitchell were both given one over each. They were both hit over 20. So nothing really worked out in the bowling department for New Zealand. Yes, they got 7 wickets in 20 overs, which is still very good against this Indian batting lineup. But the runs, it's just too much. Especially the way you can see that even if the score was like the target was like 210 or 205, New Zealand could have easily chased us because they wouldn't have gone for such bad shots at the end of the innings. But yeah, it's fine, I guess. And the batting wise also, they couldn't like the first 2 wickets fell in quick succession. So over there, the pressure had built. Like if the one person should always, like stay a bit or something like that. But no, Devin Conway and or Rachan Ravindra. I think this is the issue we've been seeing with their form even in Chennai. They haven't been able to, bring that old or like the Kiwi side of them outside. Or even Devin Conway, I don't have to mention Kiwi side. Even a couple of years back, Devin Conway and Rutraj were one of the more dependent opening pairs in the IPL, and you're just not able to replicate that in the international stage. Well, then it's getting a bit too tough for your team to win the T20 World Cup. Especially the fact is that New Zealand really needs this T20 World Cup because they have been to a final. 5 years back, they went to a final against Australia, unfortunately losing, and they've just never won a T20 World Cup. They need this more than most teams. At least some teams have gone to the final. Last T20 World Cup obviously also wasn't the best for New Zealand. I don't think they even made the Super 8. So it's fine. I guess they have to just take a long, hard look in the mirror and come back. Glenn Phillips obviously showing a very good show, 200 strike rate almost. Mark Chapman, 39 of 24. These guys, everyone lower down the order, they tried to really get the team over the line. Daryl Mitchell, Mitchell Santner. But I think by the time they showed up, I think the match was already practically out of their hands. Like it was 82 needed of about I don't know, like 24 or something like that. So at that point, it's practically over, but you still go for it because in T20 cricket, I've seen way worse stuff happen and way worse ways to like bottle the match. Bowling wise, I don't really have any complaints. Bumrah was bowling well for the first 2 overs, and that last over which he bowled, he obviously was hit around the park because the required run was through the roof. Arshdeep very well, 7.8 on this pitch is pretty good. Hardik 10 runs per over, but a wicket and 2 overs. And Akshar Patel, I just hope he's all right. 12 runs per over, yes, but like he had to walk out the field. Abhishek had to bowl 3 balls for him. Luckily, he did not get hit in those 3 balls. Shivam Dube, again, he's been proving that he's one of our better bowling all rounders, batting all rounders, because he's able to get those couple of overs in and always take those wickets. I don't think I've seen a match recently without at least back-to-back matches without Shivam Dube taking a wicket. I don't think I've seen it, and looking at this current form, I don't think it'll happen as well anytime soon. Varun Chakravarti again 2 wickets. I think everyone will get hit. I think maybe it's just the T20 mentality or something right now. But if you get hit to a certain degree, and if you're like defending or like huge target, you're gonna get hit. So people, what they do is just get those early wickets in. No, and as long as they win the game, because there's no real run rate involved in the bilateral series. I think the main priority is just get the wicket, get the wicket, get the wicket while defending. I'm not saying while bowling first. I think that is just a mentality, and if you have less pressure and you're not affected by that 10 runs per over strike rate, if the net run rate is 14, then I think this side is fine. This does look like a decent enough side to win the 26 World Cup, like I mentioned before, and I really think they have it going for them. This is just one of the matches. There's still four more matches to go. Let's just see how the turnout is, and yeah, that's all I gotta say. So,
Yeah, I mean, the Indian strategy, as you see in the lineup as well, is have batsmen till about eight. You have eight batsmen and three specialist bowlers. So seeing the lineup only, you know that India has plans to go hard. Is that go hard or go home mentality when you step into bat? Put on a pile of runs, and then when you have three specialist bowlers, two of them have bowl exceptionally well economically, then the match is practically yours. That's the template that the Indian T20 team is following, and it seems to be working. This is the fourth consecutive win in the row for the Indian team as well. Speaking about Indian batting, yes, we lost two early wickets. I felt the wickets fell cheaply because the runs were coming at quite a decent rate when both fell. Both got off to hit a nice boundary to get off the mark as well. And but they got out cheaply. That didn't really affect the Indian batting because Abhishek Sharma, the form he is in, surprisingly, he did give himself at least a couple of balls more this match because two wickets fell, and then he just went berserk with his innings. It was his usual innings, I would say. Uh, and but yeah, I felt he should have gotten a century. Maybe that ball kept it down and then get a century. But yeah, I mean, the damage is already done by him. It was good to see Surya Kumar Yadav finally get 30 runs on board, and he had a nice partnership with Surya. But Surya, on the other hand, you could make out that he was not as confident because he didn't have as many runs under his belt. It's not been his time recently. You could make out by the shots he was playing. He was his runs were usually coming out from the ground, and whenever he tried to loft the ball, he really didn't middle the ball, and he got out for the same reason as well. But yeah, that partnership was vital. Hardik Pandya did come in later on and provide one or two lusty blows and got out for like 25. But then Rinku Singh was did literally provide the finishing act when wickets fell in a heap. He was the one who stood, and then he did take his time to settle into the pitch and get used to it, since he was back into the frame after a long time in the Indian setup. But he did prove his spot. Yes, it is one match itself, but that innings shows that he has the mentality to play in the pressure situations. When Abhishek was batting, it looked like 240 versus sure shot, but then after that, when wickets fell in line, it looked like probably 215, 220 was max. But Rinku Singh did add those 20, 30 runs extra, and kudos to him for that. He was bowling like Srihar mentioned again. Jacob Duffy, there's a reason why he's among the top 10 bowlers in T20 right now. Ever since he's come onto the scene, he's made sure he's kept his spot, and he's proving his point for that New Zealand setup as well. He was the only bright spot. He was the only one that wasn't really hit by that rampant show put on by India, and uh, really commendable effort. Now, and New Zealand's point of view, I did want to mention Christian Clark, two back-to-back misfields. It's not expected from a New Zealand side because of the standards that they've set. But yes, I think everybody has one off day. These are the areas that they'll look to work on when it comes to uh, fielding and bowling. Well, coming to the batting, obviously the scoreboard pressure is there. You have to chase a total of 240. You have to get 12 runs per over. It's not an easy task. That pressure keeps on piling, and you could see after two consecutive dot balls, the batsman fell under pressure, and those early wickets did help. Arshdeep and Hardik Pandya got those early wickets that added extra pressure on the New Zealand batting setup, and the Devon Convoy, he seemed fine in the ODIs, but in the T20 setup, he hasn't been in a good patch. Rachin Ravindra as well, not among the runs. Glenn Phillips, though, has carried on his form from the ODI series into the T20 series, coming off 100, came in, scored that 78. He was literally the only guy standing. Yes, him and Mark Chapman gave a chance each. Glenn Phillips, there was that run out miss, and Mark Chapman, there was a catch drop. India do need to keep that in mind because those are the things that actually win you matches in tight games, and shouldn't be dropping those chances, missing out on them. Those are the opportunities that you have to grab and finish out the match quickly, because these are things that they make differences in tight matches, tight points table. The net run rate, added benefit of the net run rate is through these things when you close on matches quickly, through taking those catches and picking up every opportunity. These are the small things that need to be worked on. Otherwise, the performance was brilliant. Again, Varun Chakravarti, it was basically the bowler's ranking. Varun Chakravarti is the number one bowler for a particular reason, and that mystery spinner element has never been lost ever since he's come to the setup. especially after that comeback, after that horrible tournament he had in 2020, if I'm not wrong, the T20 World Cup. After that, he went, worked on himself, and then he's been just unstoppable. Hardik Pandya did pick up that early wicket, so did Arshdeep Singh, and she's been picking up wickets quite consistently for India. And started bowling in matches is when I really never had the confidence in him actually pulling up in big matches. I thought he can be that one bowling change, that surprise, one bowling change in a tight match that can give you a wicket, like the Shefali Verma in the T20 World Cup final, for Women's T20 World Cup final. It'll be that type of bowling change for the Men's T20 World Cup is what I feel. So it's been a really good performance in the first T20. It's a long T20 series, 5 match series. Is a long series. There's a lot that can happen in 5 matches. Players get to know opponent's weakness. There's a lot that's figured out. So let's see how that goes. Two brilliant teams. Let's see how that pans out. And with T20 World Cup just around the corner, they would want to tick a couple of boxes and cover all bases to go all prepared for the World Cup. I think that's all from our end. After the next T20, like we always mention, when cricket is there, we are there. So after the next T20, we probably will make a video. We should. I know we have kept you guys waiting recently. We for a long time, and then we didn't show for a long time, and then we came back. But hopefully we're more consistent this time around. And like always, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, guys. See you in the next video.